former Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin disputes Malacanang's earlier statement that he resigned. In an interview with reporters on Wednesday, November 19, he clarifies that he was asked to step down from his post.
Wala akong resignation na pinail. I resigned out of delicadeza. Masarap pakinggan, out of delicadeza. Pero hindi naman totoo yan. Hindi ako nag-resign.
According to Bersamin, a very close friend called him early Monday, November 17 to inform him that he had to quit his post. Bersamin refuses to disclose the identity of the person. He says he accepted the order without question because he was only serving at the pleasure of the president.
Somebody, a close friend of mine, at least that's as far as I know, called me up late morning, mga siguro before 12 o'clock. Tell me, I am to leave as executive secretary, exit na ako. So sabi ko, walang problema yat. I will accept that because I'm only serving at the pleasure of the president.
However, that same afternoon, a palace press officer Claire Castro announced that Bersamin and Budget Secretary Amena Pangandaman voluntarily resigned out of delicadeza amid the ongoing corruption investigation affecting the government. Bersamin says this was completely false. He says he will just assume the palace had their own reasons, adding he won't take the move badly. But Bersamin points out that he should have been consulted first out of courtesy.
I'll just assume na they were acting on the basis of some, they had their own basis. But I am disputing yung statement nila that I resigned because I did not. But ang akin lang is when they make an announcement about my personal did I resign or not, they should have consulted me first. Courtesy yan.
Senate President Pro Tempore Ping Lacson said that Bersamin allegedly signified his willingness to take care of 52 billion pesos out of the 100 billion pesos in budget insertions. Lacson said this information came from former Public Works Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo. Bernardo had previously admitted to delivering kickbacks from government projects. In the same interview on Wednesday, Bersamin reiterates that he had no involvement in the budget insertion issue. He dares those implicating him in the corruption scandal to file a formal case instead so he can respond appropriately rather than be subjected to mere accusations. The Sandiganbayan raffles off the first set of charges against former ACO Bicol Representative Zaldy Co over an alleged anomalous flood control project in Oriental Mindoro. 3 different divisions of the Sandiganbayan will handle each of the 3 cases. The cases include 2 counts of graft and 1 count of malversation through falsification in relation to the 289.5 million pesos worth of a road dike project in Oriental Mindoro. The Office of the Ombudsman earlier filed the cases against Co and 17 others before the Anti-Graft Court on Tuesday, November 18. The accused include top officials of the Department of Public Works and Highways in Mimaropa and Board of Directors of construction company SunWest Corporation. For the 1 count of graft charge against Co and several other respondents, the court assigned the case to the 5th Division. Associate Justice Zaldy Trespeses currently heads the 5th Division. The other graft charge against Co was raffled off to the 7th Division, headed by Associate Justice Lorifel Laca Pahimna, filed only against Co. This graft charge refers to the violation of the Anti-Graft Laws Section 3H for receiving unwarranted financial benefits. As for the charge of malversation against Co and the other respondents, the case was given to the 6th Division, chaired by Associate Justice Sara Jean Fernandez. Assistant Ombudsman Nico Clavanos said that the panel of the Ombudsman's prosecutors recommended no bail for the malversation charge since the alleged malversed amount exceeded 8.8 million pesos. Prosecutors from the Office of the Ombudsman previously filed a motion seeking for the urgent raffle of the cases. The motion was filed in a bid to expedite the processing of criminal charges against individuals linked to the controversial flood control projects. The Independent Commission for Infrastructure is re-evaluating its scheduled filing of referrals before the Office of the Ombudsman against 3 more senators allegedly involved in the flood control anomalies. In a press briefing on Wednesday, November 19, ICI Chair Andres Reyes says they are studying everything again due to the submitted affidavit of former Public Works Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo. He notes the delay of about 10 days from last Friday, November 14.
We are evaluating everything because of the affidavit of Yusek Bernardo. So we're studying that. So we'll have a delay of maybe 10 days from last Friday. Hopefully we'll finish it.
Bernardo previously testified before the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee during its hearings on flood control projects. He bared supposedly irregular budget insertions and a kickback scheme in infrastructure projects. The former undersecretary claimed he personally delivered kickbacks meant for lawmakers from government projects. On Friday, he implicated a new mix of senators, former senators, and a sitting secretary in the flood control mess. Last week, Reyes announced that the ICI will recommend to the Ombudsman the filing of charges against at least 3 former or sitting senators. Without identifying the senators, the ICI chair said that the names are different from Senator Jinggoy Estrada and Senator Joel Villanueva. Estrada and Villanueva were among the respondents of the Commission's referral to the Ombudsman on October 29. According to the ICI chair, the alleged involvement of Estrada, Villanueva, and other incumbent and former government officials in ghost projects violates laws on plunder and graft and corruption. Estrada and Villanueva have denied their involvement in the flood control corruption scandal. Education Secretary Sonny Angara maintains that there is no need for him to resign amid the flood control issue. In an interview with reporters on Wednesday, November 19, Angara says he saw no need to resign. His statement comes after former Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin and Budget Secretary Amena Pangandaman stepped down from their posts amid the ongoing investigation into the corruption issues facing the government. Angara says the allegations linking him to anomalies in multi-billion peso infrastructure projects are purely hearsay.
Hindi siguro kasi hearsay lang yung nandun sa akin tapos wala pang specific accusation, di ba? Walang mention of any transaction or anything. So, parang kung sa korte yan, ibabasura yun, di ba?
Former Public Works Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo implicated Angara as one of those who allegedly received kickbacks from the supposed infrastructure scheme. Other personalities named by Bernardo include incumbent Senator Jinggoy Estrada and former Senator Grace Poe. Bernardo claimed that his accusations against Angara date back to when the Education Secretary chaired the Senate Finance Committee. Bernardo said he had transactions with former Education Undersecretary Trigiv Olivar while the Senate Finance panel was preparing the budget. According to Bernardo, Olivar received deliveries equivalent to 12% of the projects overseen by Angara. Angara has denied Bernardo's accusations, saying he has never been involved in corruption.